Hey everybody, Chris Remmes&Co Banker here. Welcome to my latest video blog. I wanted to welcome you. Today we're going to talk about home inspections, and the reason I wanted to talk about home inspections is because I was out with a buyer recently and we're looking at a property, and the property was advertised that it was being sold as is. Have you ever been out and saw that before? Property being sold as is. As a buyer, I think what happens is that sends a red flag up and you think that something's wrong with the property. But I want you to know that that's not something that you as a buyer needs to be scared of, a property being advertised as is. Because one, we're going to be doing a home inspection, so we'll be able to find out if there is any issue going on with the property. We'll be able to find out what the issue is with the property. And two, in Massachusetts, that doesn't relieve the seller of their obligation to disclose any material defects of the property. So, and if there is something that comes up with the home inspection, as always, we have two options. We can negotiate a new price. They won't do any fixes, but we can negotiate some money, or we can walk away. So as a buyer, it's not something that you necessarily need to be scared of. Oftentimes, sellers aren't local. It's a second home. It's an estate sale. They're out of state, and they just don't have the capacity or the ability to do jobs as a result of a home inspection. Okay. So next, I'm going to talk about home inspections, and we're going to talk about it first from the buyer's perspective, and then we'll talk about it from the seller's perspective. So as a buyer, the home inspection is a big inflection point. It's a big milestone in the purchase of a home. For most buyers who I work with, I'll sit down for about an hour or so before we even go out and look at houses, and we'll go through the whole home buying process, that you always understand what's coming next. And maybe you won't understand what's coming next because there's a lot going on, but at least when I say something, it will sound familiar to you. So if you're a buyer and we're making an offer, that's when we really need to start thinking about the home inspection, because the timing of the home inspection is oh so critical. We're going to need to try to get in within 3 or 4 days after having an offer accepted, because we're probably going to need another 3 or 4 days after the inspection to get questions answered, to bring contractors in, to investigate, and that way you just need to be as comfortable as possible knowing that you've done all your due diligence and done all your work that you need to do so that you're comfortable to move forward with buying the home. I always tell people at the home inspection, you need to be present. You need to be both present physically and you need to be present mentally. So what does it mean to be present mentally? It means that we're not texting with people, we're not doing phone calls with people, we're not measuring for the drapes, we're not measuring the size of the room. We're asking the home inspector our questions. You're coming in with a list of questions, you're asking the home inspector questions as you go along, and you're taking detailed notes so that you know the most about this property, everything that you want to know about the property, everything that you need to know about the property, that you will know. The home inspectors have a wealth of information, and you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of that as much as you possibly can. So it's always great to bring notes and take lots of good notes at your home inspection. And then I also tell people, don't freak out at a home inspection, and just know that no house is perfect. Something always comes up. We get through everything, and there's always questions that we need answered. So yeah, but it's an exciting time. As a seller, you have to understand these days that things move very quickly. Buyers generally have very little time to come in and ask questions. Most times these days, buyers will come in, they'll only have one visit to the property before they're making an offer. So you want to make sure that as a seller, when a buyer is showing up for their home inspection, that your house is ready for the home inspection and that you have all the information necessary. So what information do they need? We're going to want access to the roof. We're going to want the age of the roof. And if you're in a bigger condo association, we'll coordinate this all with the property manager. You won't have to worry about anything. But if you're in a smaller condo, you're going to make sure that we have all this information ready for the buyer. You as the owner may not have it, but somebody in the condo association may have it. We're going to want the age of the roof. We're going to want the age of the furnace. Most sellers, what you should do is 3 to 6 months before you plan on putting your home on the market, you want to make sure that you have your furnace come in and serviced, and your HVAC, your air conditioning unit, come in and service, clean the filters. It's always a good sign at a home inspection. It sends a good message to the home inspector that you're taking care of things at the property. Also, at a home inspection, we're going to need the age of the appliances. We're going to need the age of the water heater. We're going to need the age of the windows, and also we're going to need access to the electrical panel. Very often, the electrical panels are hidden in a closet somewhere or behind a picture. So if you can just let us know where the electrical panel is, that will make everybody's life life a lot easier. Okay, thank you everybody. I hope that you found this video helpful and informative. I do value your feedback, so feel free to reach out to me if there's a topic that you'd like me to do a video on. I do take great pride in partnering with my friends, my neighbors, and my clients to provide you with exceptional insight and guidance to help you achieve your real estate needs. As always, I do appreciate when you pass my name along and refer me to your friends, clients, and neighbors. You always know that they'll be in good hands. Thanks, and have a great afternoon.